numbers to 2040, and we are talking about 9 billion people in this world. Obviously, this means that you will require goods and services of all kinds, but more importantly, there is going to be an increasing need for infrastructure, power, roads, water, and I think particularly in the Middle East where you're sitting here, there is a deficit for water. People have already talked about it. The next wars are not going to be about money, it's going to be about water. The water is in short supply around the world. And the question really is, how do we address the needs of the growing population, not only on the infrastructure side, but also on health and education. I think those are the two areas which are going to be in increasing demand, and there's going to be a lot of opportunities on the investment side in this area as well. And then all these investments which is going to be required in the infrastructure, how it is going to be financed. And I think this is an area where IFC can also help in building the capital market capacity through institutional building in some of these countries. So these are the 5 targets areas for IFC. Now, very quickly, what IFC is doing on the debt crisis, which has happened around the world. I'll give you an example of this because you're here. You may have seen some of the bus shelters. They're glass, they're air conditioned, all kinds of wonderful. I don't know whether you realize something or not, but the government has not paid a penny for those. I mean, those are all done by the private sector for the right of advertisements. That's it. So there is a different model here, where the private sector is willing to come in and say, well, you give me a revenue source, and I am willing to provide services which traditionally have been provided by the government. Very interesting model, I mean, if you really look at it. And I think what we will see, an increasing number of governments following this model. In power, in Pakistan, for example, IPPs have been in business for many, many years. Philippines, Pakistan actually were the leaders in this thing. Of course, there have been issues behind it, certainly. But I think that has gone a long way to address some of the issues of power shortages in countries. We will see the same thing in India. I mean, India has a very large road program now, which is essentially led by the private sector. What it does is certainly allows the local companies also opportunities to become larger, to provide the services, and become global players, and for citizens to get infrastructure services at a reasonable, affordable cost. So with that, I will stop, and I'll be around here. So if you would like to discuss anything further, but I would certainly like to be a partner of your organization to help with the trade activity which you plan me to do. IFC certainly encourages this thing, and certainly if it is beyond infrastructure, beyond trade, we will certainly be willing to be there as well. And thank you very much.